And so cute. We are live.
Are we live everywhere?
I'm going live on Instagram now. She's taking a sweet time. I'm singing for the people.
Oh, these are really sweet.
Okay, we're going live.
Okay. We good?
Yes, Michelle says happy Friday.
Happy Friday, everybody. So there's always this crazy little delay because one set, Facebook and YouTube, goes live before Instagram. So I have to stand here and just kind of like do fun things while we wait for the second set to start. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another Friday Live with Priya at Sorry Not Sorry in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And Mira is on the other side of the camera today. She's my daughter. Shefali will be joining us again next week. And for those of you who don't know, Sorry Not Sorry is an ethical brand that is size inclusive and age inclusive. And what we are especially known for is that we take vintage, I find vintage pure silk saris and have them turned into clothing that is size inclusive and age inclusive, amazing for travel, temperature regulating, moisture wicking, and can be layered for depending on whether you need cold weather clothing or warm weather clothing. So I'm really excited to show you what I'm wearing today. Many moons ago, some of you brought up to me that you would have loved to see our caftans, the midi length caftan and the tunic length caftan with slits in the side. And actually Margot told me exactly what length the slit should be. And we have been waiting for the samples to come in. And I had been kind of leaning towards not doing the slit because I kind of liked how it created a bit of a drape through here, like that. But we just got our samples in with the slits and I think I'm sold, guys. I think I love the slits and I need your feedback. So this is a tunic length caftan. It's in a crepe silk. It has the V to the front, which I could wear to the back. And now it has slits. So the fun thing about the slit is it still lands at below the knee. So you can still wear it with your boots. It's still not going to really show off your legs because of the length of the slit. But what it does do is give you a lot more styling options. What's going on?
So it's frozen on the screen, but not actually frozen.
Okay.
So Shefali said that I can re-add it to the stage.
Which one's frozen?
Instagram.
Okay, so you're just, yeah, that makes sense. Stop it and start it.
So do I just end live video and then create a new live and add the new stream feed?
That sounds like a Shefali question.
Shefali, does that sound right? We're gonna hold. It's just so funny that I have a problem the day that Shefali gets home. I've been easy cruising.
She has been.
I've been easy cruising. There's been no problems.
So is it still frozen? Like if you go on your phone and look at Instagram, is it frozen?
No, it's only frozen on my computer screen. But the comments are coming in, like the video's frozen.
What happens if you refresh that screen?
I don't know, but I'm scared.
I'll just do it.
Okay.
Everything falls apart.
I don't know if she's still around.
It didn't refresh?
I think she's gone.
Oh no.
Everyone can see that that wasn't on me.
Wait, did it come back?
I think so.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so this is it with the round neck to the front. And again, we have the slit there. I kind of think this is the way to go moving forward for the, oh wait, this is a midi. This is the midi, guys. This is not the tunic length. This is the midi. This is the tunic length. So I'll try this one on next so you can see the difference. But yeah, that's the difference the slit makes. I think what it allows you to do is a little bit more styling because there's a slit. So let's try it on in the tunic length. I was just trying them both on before we started, and so I think that I got a little confused about which one I had on.
Okay. Sorry about all the confusion that you guys have been seeing in the comments, but I think we're all good now. So Jessica asked whether that was the midi or tunic length. So
and you're right, that was the midi. It was not the tunic length. Good catch, Jessica.
And then also Shefali was like, I would suggest in this case just watching from your phone, if anything. And then I said, well, we didn't do that. So
but yeah, that would have been a good thing too. So this is the tunic length, guys. It's still, this one lands above the knee. I can still wear this with leggings and boots, but that's what it looks like there on the side with the slit. And just to remind you of what it would have looked like without the slit, I can just take a magnet, put it here, And then just like that, the slit is gone. So I think for that added versatility of being able to wear it with a slit with a slit or without a slit, I'm strongly leaning towards putting a slit in everything. Are you going to grab me one without?
Yeah, because I wanted to see. I would say that it also affects the hem at the bottom.
It does. It really
It's
does.
more
And
rounded.
that was my concern, is that it was going to affect the drape of the hem. So this is what it looks like. You can see it kind of falls forward like that.
Yeah.
When it has a slit.
Like the waterfall.
Like the waterfall. But if there's no slit, and I'll just use magnets to show you that, it falls differently.
Oh, and in the meanwhile, Margaret says, what a gorgeous looking blue. And Jessica says, I like the slits on the tunic length more. And Claire says, yes to the slits.
Yeah, I'm feeling like, versatility is always one of my favorite things. And if you have slits but could choose to magnetize the slits together, well, that's a very heavy one. But you can see now the drape goes out that way more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big difference between having slits and not having slits. With slits, it will drape in. Without slits, it will drape out. So I guess that is the question before you, ladies.
Can you style it like a side tie, please?
I can.
Whoa, that's exciting.
What?
Anita said, I got an invite to the free Bare Naked Ladies Friends and Family dress rehearsal at Budweiser Stage. That's why I'm not watching.
That's so cool.
Oh, we'll have so much fun. That sounds so fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, so now I am tying these ends together as if it were a side slit. Nope, as if it were. What is wrong with my brain and my mouth? This is tied together like a tunic with side ties. So there.
That's cute.
It is cute, right?
I kind of like that. So I personally like that better than the side tie because
this is a little long. Oh, is it a little longer?
I think it's around the same length.
No, go get a
so
side
that's
tie.
what
Let's
I mean,
see.
is I really think she's coming for the side tie.
She could be coming for the side tie. You're right.
The bows are more pronounced, but then you also have more of an opportunity to kind of mess around with styling.
So the other difference is the caftan has no defined arm.
Oh, is it limiting when you tie it like a side tie?
Well, it doesn't actually limit anything. I guess the difference would be, do you need to have defined sleeves? Because that might become the only difference.
Someone said something in a different language.
Okay, so this is a tunic with side ties. There's a 2-inch difference. So it is a smidge shorter.
But tie it and then see.
Oh, if I were to tie, well, wouldn't I tie both of them though? Like tie this and tie that?
I mean, not if we wanted to prove my point.
Not if you want to be right.
Not if we want me to be right about this one.
I know.
It was really funny today. My best.
It's still 2 inches.
It's still longer, but I do really like it.
I think that I like it too.
I think it's a good length.
But I don't think it's going for this one's job.
No.
This one still has the defined sleeve, which I think for a slighter person or slighter build.
The side tie is staying employed.
It is staying employed.
It's staying employed.
Yes.
I do really like that.
Yeah. Like it's almost a no-brainer. And definitely all of you were the ones who came up with it and so gently sent me emails saying, Priya, do you think you could consider this? And I'm like, no, it's not going to work. And you're like, please do consider. I'm like, I'll get a sample, but I know it's not going to work.
To get along.
And I'm like, ladies, you were right. I was wrong. Because I kind of love it. Okay, so this is the tunic length caftan with the slits in a crepe. Now I'm going to show you the tunic length caftan with no slits in a georgette. And I think that's where you're going to see the difference on how it falls at the leg. So I think the difference, it's not much of a difference.
Actually, I don't think there's much of a difference.
There's not much of a difference at all, except here it kind of comes in from the front and the back.
Is it a bit longer on the sides?
I think it's just because it's a crepe. I mean, not, oh my God, my brain is not attached to my mouth today. It's because
It's a Georgette.
It's a Georgette. You're going to need to be my words.
I can do that.
So it sits a little differently at the side. You see how you get that kind of swoop here?
Mm-hmm.
You lose the swoop on the
You lose the swoop that you get with the cardigan. It's the cardigan swoop.
Cardigan?
The cardigan sleeve swoop.
You know that these are not cardigans.
Yes.
Okay.
It has a similar swoop.
It does
shape.
have a similar swoop. Okay, so now this is the tunic length caftan, also in a Georgette here with slits. And I'm showing you all of these, ladies, because I need your help to decide. Do we switch everything over? Do we switch only one length over? Do we leave everything the same?
Personally,
do we switch them both over? Okay.
Please share. I would love your opinions to pass along as well. But personally, I think it would be great for a short and then to keep the long.
Oh, keep the long one without slits, but the short one with slits. Okay. Probably going to have to do a poll.
Yes.
Okay. Woo, love it.
Woo.
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 Okay, so now you've seen, I feel like even here, it is sitting really well, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a really gorgeous pattern.
And because of the slit, you get to do a little bit more with it.
Christine said that she would buy both lengths with the slits.
Is that Christine with a C or K?
With a C. Christine Turlo.
Yeah.
Turlo.
Okay, yeah, see, like I really like being able to put that knot there. Kind of feels like a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to now move on to the midi length caftan, but this time we're actually going to call it the midi length caftan.
Are we?
We will. We're trying really hard to stay focused now. Okay, so midi length caftan. We are going to look at it first in the crepe, and then we're going to look at it in the Georgette. And again, the question before you is slit or no slit?
Too slit or not too slit?
Too slit or not too slit? So this, once again, is the midi length, which I mistakenly called the tunic length.
Jessica says, I would definitely love tunic length with the slit.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Okay, what about midi length with the slit?
Oh, it would be a smaller slit.
It's a smaller slit, yeah.
I
Well, it's
do-
the same
same,
amount
but-
of slit, but it's proportionally it's different because there's more fabric. So it's still a tiny slit. It's not like it's gonna come.
I
billowing
do
off.
I do like the slit on both.
Guys, I like the slit on both too.
I think it also is nice is that it kind of counters that fear of being swallowed by the fabric.
Yeah. I think you were all right. Look at that. Like it just I think
I'm
it's
mom
so
and I
fun.
was wrong. I'm doing the mom wrong song.
Is that what it is? I'm mom and I was wrong.
It goes I'm Stan. It's from Gravity Falls.
Yeah, guys, I'm kind of loving the slit. So if you guys can think of a good reason why we should not have the slit in both styles, now's the time to tell me. Because I'm this close to calling Unchal and saying, stop the presses. Do we have a good reason not to have the slit?
Sorry, Rachel, queen that she is, just texted me and said, hey, there's like a lot of messages since I've joined. And I said, huh?
Oh no, you forgot to scroll.
I forgot to scroll.
That happens all the
So
time.
I'm so sorry, guys. You've been participating and it was all on me. Okay, so to catch us up. Okay, so anyone who doesn't like the slit can easily stitch it closed.
True.
Jackie says. Shafali says, I really like the split, especially in the short.
Yeah.
Is that a new style for the tunic caftan? Yes, it is a new sample.
It's a new sample, and it's a sample with a slit. So the next shipment, like this next shipment that we're releasing on the 29th of June, will not have slits. Probably.
Okay.
Possibly, but probably not. Most of it's already made. So it would be the shipment after that. Yeah,
Judy,
because look, I just put a magnet there, and it's...
yeah, I really like it. Judy says, love the slits. Deborah says, love the slits.
Okay.
We have a lot of fans. Rachel joined, so now I'm caught up. Okay. Jane says versatility is important, although with the slits it falls very differently, and the way I style the tunic is similar to how I do the baby doll. The slits definitely interfere.
Yeah. So the way that she does it is she does this sort of a thing.
So are those available for purchase or no? Because they are the sample.
These are the samples.
Okay. And then Gorgeous, all for the slits. Agreed, short with slits, midi without the slits.
Oh, who said that?
Judy shared that.
Okay, midi without short width.
And then the pedal, you asked whether this batch is online for sale.
Yes. So if you're on Instagram, type in show me. I forgot what it was. Type in show me in the comments and you will get the, yes, what will happen? I remember now. If you type in show me, it's going to take you to our featured collections page. And this will be the first collection on the featured collections page. So that's how you can see all of the pieces that we're showing, with the exception of the samples, because they're not for sale. And then if you are on Facebook or on YouTube, in the description of today's live, you will see the link for today's pieces. And if you just want to look at our website, if you scroll down about maybe 1/3 of the way down, you'll see a strip that says about today's live. It says no pants allowed, and you can watch it or shop it.
No pants allowed?
No pants allowed. So that's how it would look, Judy, if you were to do that same hack.
Yes, because Judy said that so Heather said that slits for all and 3 snouts. That's
Leah.
That's Leah. That's what I thought. She also agreed. She said that the slits give more options. Where was I? Judy said that the midi style, she styles like Jane. And so that's why she said no slit there either for that style. Lorena. Thank you. Lorena says the boxy top slit too. Love the slits.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amy says, I love the color of that caftan.
Mm-hmm.
And Leah says, what is the piece that you are wearing right now? So this one is the sample. So unfortunately, it's not available.
These 4 pieces are the samples, and we just can't sell them yet because we need to figure out, once we get more of the same style in and it's all been like on the website with all the new information and everything, then we'll add these to the next collection that's similar in cut if we decide to go that way. Okay, so I just put in the magic circle. It still works. What?
Sorry, Rachel's just being employee of the month over here. She was like, 1, you're doing great, sweetie. Thank you, and I needed that. And then she's just screenshotting. She's like, I've screenshotted these so that your mom can see the feedback for later.
Oh my God.
I said, okay, employee of the month.
Thank you so much, because yes, it all disappears.
It does disappear. Such a sweetie girl. And then Amy says, do a newsletter poll. Might be easier to get a solid answer.
Oh, yeah.
And then she says, can confirm Rachel is awesome. Rachel is very awesome. We're very lucky to have Rachel. Awesome. And then Jessica says, I prefer no slits on the midi, losing the caftan look with the slits, and also prefer the full leg coverage.
Okay.
And Margaret Webb says, I like the way the slits look on both styles. Decisive.
So I think we've all agreed we like the slits on the tunic length one.
Yes.
Okay. So then the question is,
I'm going to get a piece of paper to write some stuff down.
So can we live with the slits on these? So it's just really easy to close up that slit though.
Oh, another question was, would the addition of the slits change the pricing in any way?
That's a really good question. Maybe. Because it is extra work. That's a really good question. Probably. I'm going to say probably, but not by much. Maybe $10 at the most. That's an excellent question. So if there were a slit and you didn't want to have a slit, it would be really easy to just tack the fabric, like even if you don't know how to sew, to just do a couple of stitches there and the slit would still be there, but it would kind of disappear.
Rachel said, thank you guys. Jackie Newell says, works even better with a magic circle. And Margot says, easy to hand sew together the slit, but difficult to make slits because of the French seams.
Right.
I'd rather have Unchel do it.
That's what I was thinking too. Because it is really easy to sew that back together. Like you don't even need to know how to sew. Because you don't have to actually fill this whole space. You just need to have the bottoms attached.
Amy says, I agree with Margot. Jane says, sorry, not a fan of the slits on either, but truly, why not leave it for the people to either add a slit or not?
And who was that?
That was Jane. Skipper's Creek Ceramics.
That's Morag.
Morag. She said, not a fan of the slits on the midi.
Okay.
Corey says, beautiful print on that piece. Yeah, it's such a gorgeous piece. I'm just falling in love with it. And it's a beautiful color, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Carly Swan said, don't like the slits, but can live with it.
Okay. Okay.
And I am writing some of this feedback down.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is no slits on the middies for now, but maybe we start having slits on the tunic length. Is there a way to do a poll online right now?
And this is why we restarted the live. Pose, Mom. I'm going to put it on our story.
Are you really?
I'll do a little story poll.
That's a great idea. So the poll is midi with slits or no slits.
Other side, because the tag is on this side.
Okay.
Chevalier Media Girls watching. I got to get it right.
Okay, and then I'll try on the short one again, and we'll ask the same question. See what the people want. So this is the short one. But I am pretty excited about it because I didn't think it was going to look as great as it looks. And I do agree, though, the coverage on the midi is more reliable with no slits. Okay, and this is midi. Nope, tunic length. Slit or no slit?
Once again.
You taking this picture, Miri?
I'm still building a poll. What are your thoughts?
Do we like side slits in the midi caftan? And what were the two? I can't read that.
It says, oh yeah, love the slits. And no thank you, keep it the same.
Okay, there should be a third one. Is it too late?
No, I can add a third one.
Okay, the third one should be, I'm good either way. And then we do the same one for this, and then we start our no pants journey.
No pants, no pants, no pants.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. Pose. That is such a gorgeous blue.
It's a beautiful blue.
So I'm not going to take it into, yeah, you need to look at me. Cute.
Cute.
Cute. Okay.
So same thing. Yes or no? All right, time to have fun with no pants. So you might think that these are pants because they sure look like pants. But the reason that we have included them in Pantless Friday is because these are tashi pants and you can unbutton them this way and button them across this way and it becomes a skirt. And some of the ones that I'm going to be showing you today have already been turned into skirts, but for this one, we're just going to use our imagination. So here we go. This color is kind of a grade plum or a mauve probably. It's the best way to describe it. And you can, they're very, very generous through here. So much room. Deep pockets. The cotton is very soft. It's almost like a muslin. And you can use the ruching to adjust the length of them. And they come with a pair of shorts that are sewn into them here. Because when you're wearing them as pants, if any of these buttons come undone, then you're not really showing everybody your business.
And I have fully put those pants on as pants in Canada, touched down in Jamaica, threw my bag in my mom's arms, folded over, and literally buttoned them into pants, into a skirt.
Into a skirt, yeah.
And it was super easy. And it was probably awkward for some people for a little bit, but then I was really cool.
So this is a Heron Bryn Walker. What is wrong with me? Cotton bamboo tank top. It is the Huxley tank, And we don't have very many left, and they're all on sale. So there you go. And Shefali thought it would look really great with this cardigan that has the same lovely shades in it. So you can see, yeah, it's gorgeous. It's a beautiful print. So it really has that kind of pale lavender. It's almost between a lavender and a gray, and there's sky blue, different shades of sky blue.
What I also want to show is that there's
the darker
teal is hidden in there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's so nice.
So this is a really fun look because it's so soft and goes really well with these pants and with this top, actually. So this is one option. And then we have a second option to go with these pants.
Yeah. I love those pants.
I love these pants too. Is this one of the colors you don't have?
Yes, those are the ones where I have the pink hued ones, and those are the purple hued ones.
Yes, you got, were they buff or something?
Thistle.
And
I wore them the other day, and like they're a solid pant that it doesn't make sense to get rid of them because they're beautiful. So
can't you get both? We
you
know
think
how you like your lavenders.
I have too many pants. Leah says a stunning combination.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a nice
so.
combination.
It's very whimsical.
It is, and it's unusual, right? Like you wouldn't think of pairing all these colors together until you see them in this piece, and then they're like, "Yeah, that works. I could do that." So it's a very sweet pairing. And then this one is our controversial pairing. We're going to give it a try with this self pocket dress with these pants, though.
I love this combination.
Do you really like it? Me? Not so much.
Really, it's somehow pulling a non-existent color.
Well, this is like the matchy in me is saying, where's the mauve in the dress?
This is an outfit that we would see a woman in India wearing, and you'd be like, wow, that's so beautiful. I'd never put that together.
What if it's just missing the right necklace?
It's such a stunning, I love.
Well,
maybe you just need those pants.
Maybe you just need the pants because I think the top itself is stunning. This almost reads like this.
Mm-hmm. And so Leah says that would be awesome with turquoise jewelry.
Yes.
Margaret says those Huxley tanks are so comfy.
They really are.
Jessica says beautiful embroidery and the cotton patch pants. Will they be available online? A purple pair was used in one of your reels today.
That was the last pair and it's sold. And I am waiting for them to get new stock in. And when they do, we will definitely get them. I think we are also waiting on patchwork jumpsuits, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Overall.
So we're really done with all those pants. I could see when those come in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a few. Maybe I'll get a few of the patchwork when I can get them. I really thought that we had like sold them to everybody already.
No, I have so many people who come in just for the patchwork.
Yeah? All right. Okay, I'll find out more. Okay, the next one that I'm going to show you guys is a dress that we've had in stock for a while, and it is too beautiful, and I feel like we haven't really given it its due. Off.
Guys, I really like those pants.
Yes.
I don't see that cardigan in the web. What's the number?
Okay. It is, maybe she forgot to tag it, PRC 6683. So maybe just make sure it's not archived.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I just put it in the banner, and I'm gonna make sure it's not archived right now.
Okay. Yeah, they're really soft and comfortable, Mira. It's kind of like wearing nothing.
I know, that's why I have so many of them.
Yeah, they're very light and airy, and I like that you can adjust the length because sometimes pants can be a tripping hazard. And these don't need to be. All right, so for this one.
Oh, it is available. Let me make sure it's tagged. NPA?
NPA.
No, it is tagged. That's so silly crazy.
Is it available on online store?
Yeah. Well.
Does it have an inventory of one?
Yeah. Maybe it was
Those are
just
all the things that could go
by.
wrong. Yeah.
A sneaky sneak.
Okay, now this is called the Martha dress, I think. Mira, can you check the name of it?
I believe it
Marta?
is. Oh, maybe Martha. Martha. With a.
Martha with a th. And this is a medium, and generally I'm a large, and I feel like the medium fits me really well. It has pockets. It's made out of that bamboo linen, that really lightweight fabric, the same as the Landon pants. It's got a shirt hem, so it's a little bit shorter on the sides, a little bit longer in the front. The sleeves are a really good length. I know that Alex was concerned that they might be cap sleeves, and she didn't think that that would suit a lot of people. But they land about maybe 2 inches at the most above the elbows, so it covers most of your arm. Super, super comfortable, and then has this pretty little design at the back there.
A nice crisscross, yeah. And Jessica shared that if you're 5 feet tall, you will need to have the Tashi pants shortened. She did.
Oh, really? Maybe, because you can only adjust the outside, you can't adjust
Just the inside.
So I thought I would see how this looks with the bolero. Just in case you wanted to add a little bit of color to a basic underpinning. There it is there. It is missing a fabulous necklace.
And Margaret says, love the Martha dress. So pretty, and the hem shape is great.
And it's really comfortable. Like it fits like nothing.
I know we don't have many necklaces to pull from because our Susie Blue is still discounted and at great prices.
It is. All of our Susie Blue jewelry is 50% off. And we're just waiting to clear out a lot of our collections so that we can get new Susie Blue. And we're almost there, actually. It's probably almost time.
Hi, Irene. All of the Sorry Not Sorry girlies are here.
This one
And
has beautiful embroidery. Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh. Lorena said, I hack with either the buttons or not.
Yeah, with the buttons or not. On this. So that's how I thought. Now, again, I think I could probably wear a large. I would probably feel more comfortable in a large, but the medium does fit. And I'm going to try it with a couple of other pieces.
Lorena also says pant and skirt version are both too long. And
For the Tashis?
I believe.
Okay.
And Jessica asks, will there be more of the dolman sleeve long length dress from last year that we had in black and coral? The cotton ones.
Oh, those ones. Yeah. I haven't checked to see if they had any more. Which color did you want? Let me know, because I can try to track it down. Last year they had coral, cream, and like an olive color. Look at how pretty this looks, Mira.
And black.
And black.
Wow.
Right?
That's gorgeous.
It's so gorgeous.
It's so like subtle yet so beautiful with like a nice, like one of your sparkly necklaces.
Yeah, with a beautiful necklace on it. So this is a crepe silk. It's a burnt orange and a little bit of red rust.
There's a really nice green, like sage green.
There's a beautiful sage green in there. And then navy blue. And the question is, will it go with time?
And Lorena says, I have 5 colors of Tashi. Same, girl. I have so many colors of Tashi.
Let's see, where is the time one? Okay, there's time. Can I give these to you to hand to me as required?
Yeah.
So this is time, and you can see how beautiful it looks with this. Here. Can they see it?
Yes.
I'm having trouble getting that flat. There. Yes?
Yes.
So yeah, it is a beautiful match with that. Definitely brightens the whole look. And then this is Astra.
And Carly says that top is lovely.
It is lovely. And the silk is so soft. So there it is with Astra. And yeah, so what I wanted to show you was if you don't want to wear pants, that you could definitely wear something like a kimono sleeve top with this, and it actually looks quite beautiful, and you have nothing constricting on your waist. And if you have to go to the bathroom quickly, as sometimes one does, you can get there faster if you're wearing a skirt. So here's another one. I wanted to share with you guys, I shared a story, which I'm actually going to turn into a post, about how many of us are having accidents in our age group, and trying to figure out how to get to a bathroom quickly or find a change of clothes. And I posted that story because my friend had said, oh my God, I was mortified that this happened to me. And I was like, was that the first time that's happened to you? And she's like, oh my God, women need to talk about this more. She thought she was the only one that it's happened to. And then after I posted that story, so many of you chimed in and said, you're not kidding, girl. Been there. Had to wear diapers once. Like, it's so funny how there are still elements of womanhood that we try to hide in an attempt to be proper according to somebody else when we're all going through it. We're hiding our menopause, hiding our periods, hiding our bloating, hiding headaches, like all of these things, the hot flashes that happen to us, and we pretend they're nothing. And they're not nothing. It's a big deal. And everybody should be holding space for us and having sympathy that our bodies, which have done so much, are now giving out on us in little ways, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, there should be bigger support systems around it. So I was really happy that that conversation got started, because there is no shame. It kind of should be a little bit more like, what I would like to know is what people are doing to manage the situation when they have an accident. So I know I have caught myself thinking it's a darn good thing that I work from home, because there are some days where when I need to get to the bathroom, I need to get to the bathroom. And like, for pee, guys, at the risk of sharing too much, it doesn't even matter how often I've gone. There are just some times where I'm like, I need to get there now, and there's almost nothing that comes out. It's just my body has said, it is time to evacuate, get yourself to a bathroom. So I'm wondering, like, what are people doing? Taking changes of clothes, wearing pads, diapers, absorbent underwear? Like, I know once it happened to me at you don't even know about this, Mira. When I was moving Henna into her apartment in Kingston, it happened to me when we were moving. And I knew Henna would be mortified if I told her that happened to me. And so I went into the bathroom, I hand washed everything in the sink, and then she had a hair dryer, and I hair dried everything and then put it back on like nothing had even happened. But what do you do if it's not your house?
You have a lot of women are in agreement, Mom.
Yeah,
you're speaking on some real truths.
It is a real truth.
So we have Jessica said, yes, so glad regarding the accidents post. Michelle says, just part of my life now.
Yeah.
Jessica said, amen. Morag said, love this one pocket so much.
Yes.
And it's the third sneeze panty liners.
Seriously.
Jessica said, I tried absorbent undies, was wet and uncomfortable.
Oh.
Michelle says, it's interesting how the first thing I figure out in a new place is where the washroom is.
Yeah.
Jessica said, I switched to bladder pads when I go out. Carly said, need to share and normalize these experiences.
Absolutely.
Lorena said, hiding sex after 50s. Lori said, yes, yes, yes. Leah said, well said, Priya. Jackie said, I bet men have similar problems and don't want to know.
No, because it would unman them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, at least for women, maybe this is my bias, but I feel like we do a lot of things and we work really, really hard, and we put a lot of weight on our pelvic floor for a variety of reasons. Having kids, or carrying things when you don't have the arm strength and you have to use your core, and maybe we don't all have the core. That I think it happens to us more than it happens to men.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're not talking about it. But who cares? Why can't we talk about it? It's like, I'm kind of even thinking, like, I remember when the kids were little, we had like diaper things, like a change of clothes, change of underwear for like just in case moments. Like, I'm wondering if maybe it's time for me to keep something like that in the car for those just in case moments.
I mean, I have to get ready for just in case moments just because of my period.
Yeah,
it's
kind of the same
normal
thing.
and talked about, but it's not. I think that's the thing, is that it's talked about a lot, like with like Knix, for instance.
Yes.
Where it's like the washable period underwear, but it's crazy that it's only marketed as that when it can be so helpful for so many reasons,
Yeah, I'm really thinking knowing where the bathrooms are is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And having something in your car at least close enough by so that if you need to do a quick change, you've got everything you need there.
Yeah. Jessica says, definitely happens more to women than men, biology reasons, in my humble opinion. Yeah. And Jane said, I always carry and wear mini pads. Accidents happen.
They do happen.
And follow up, all bathrooms should have a trash can.
Oh, yeah. No, some of them don't, because they have the hand dryers.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, because they are just like, the only reason you need this is for paper towel. And I said, I am a woman. I'm creating trash every day of my life, apparently.
Yeah, Yeah, I definitely feel like we need to talk about it more and laugh about it and go, oh, it's one of those again, just like you would talk about hot flash. Because, yeah, do you guys remember, for those of you who have had children, and maybe for some of you who have had ultrasounds, where
I thought you were going to say, and some of you who haven't, and I said, that's me.
And some of you who haven't but have had ultrasounds, where they make you drink like so much water, and then they tell you to pee a little bit, and then to stop peeing, and then to catch some pee in a cup, and then stop peeing, and then keep peeing. There was a time I could do that. Now, nothing's going to stop. The world could be coming to an end, and I would have to sit there till the very end, because there's no way. And I am starting Pilates again.
Woo!
I'm working on my undercarriage. But yeah, it is a reality. This is
Hold on
beautiful.
to your... I shouldn't.
I know.
Margaret Webb says the Gov needs to mandate pelvic floor health protocols for women after children bearing. In
Yes.
France, they follow up with postnatal women care for 20 sessions with physio. Michelle then says, I always wear pads. If I even think I have to go, it's already too late.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And Jessica says, it's even trashed undies when I had nothing to put it in. Commando until I got home. Oof.
Yeah.
There's...
I would do the exact same. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
And mad respect to do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you had a full laundry session in a bathroom and then was like, let's keep moving you in.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
Well, and I sneezed. That's what did it. There was dust.
Sneezing is truly your biggest enemy.
Yeah,
Mom.
and actually, you know the cross your legs when you sneeze?
Yeah.
I always do that now.
It's actually become like a thing that people stand like if they're smoking and they start to cough.
They cross
They cross their legs. Because you never know.
You do never know.
Jessica says, and when I say put it in, I mean a waterproof bag. And then Lorena said, bones, joints, muscles, kegels, bladder, feet, mind, and body, all related. Don't ignore or judge.
Yeah.
And then Margot says, low estrogen levels in menopause can cause bladder issues. And Carly says, yes, it does. I started using estrogen inserts and they help.
Oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense because when I broke my back because my body wasn't doing what it needed to do with calcium anymore.
Sneeze is your worst enemy.
No, that was a cough when I broke my back.
Course.
Yeah, that was a cough. But yeah, so then they put me on estrogen to help with my bone density. And since then, I have not had as many accidents as I had in the past.
That's good.
Yeah. But, I mean, that just goes to show that it is inevitable.
Yeah.
Right? Because your body is naturally going to stop making estrogen.
Jane says, that's why I have leather seats in my car, lol. Margaret says, I did not have children, so I really feel for you all. Morag says, bioidentical hormone replacement is a game changer. Oh. And Jessica says, I wish estrogen was easier to get. My doctor's not a fan of. Why do we have to fight for this?
You shouldn't have to fight for it.
You shouldn't have to fight for it, but at the same time, you will 100% have to fight for it as a woman in the medical system. Because
that's also true.
It's like from this new Canadian show, and it was this, I think I sent it to you.
Oh, it's a Canadian, yeah. Isn't it there a Canadian comedy show about a woman who's
she's like going through menopause and she's going to the doctor and the doctor's like, no, this is normal. Like that amount of pain is normal for women. And she's like, okay. She's like, I guess I really wish I advocated for myself. Like maybe I should have tried harder. And then she brings her daughter to the doctor for period pain. And the doctor's like, she has cramping. It's like, that's honestly a normal amount of pain for a girl her age. And she just goes full mama bear. She's like, don't explain away the pain of my daughter. You're going to give her an x-ray or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Because it's true that, and it's even true for you, Mom. You've always told me I really need to advocate for myself when I go to a doctor's office because there's the possibility that they are going to go for what's easiest rather than what could be happening.
Yes. And so that's the problem we're having with Dadima these days. As you know, my mother-in-law was staying with me for 2 weeks. And she was very itchy and she had swelling in her legs and nobody could figure out why. And she was having trouble getting doctor's appointments. And whenever the doctor would say something like, oh, it's nothing, she'd come home from the doctor and say, oh, it's nothing. And I'm like, Mom, it's clearly something. Like, you need to tell them. It is not nothing, it's something. Oh, the doctor knows. And I'm like, who is going to actually go in with her next time because clearly her doctor is blowing her off. And she was itchy for a month.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a very common thing, unfortunately, especially for women. And I could go on for this forever, but always just keep in mind that a lot of the studies that are used to explain and understand women's bodies were actually done on men's bodies. And so it won't tell you anything about a woman's body.
This is beautiful.
I love that combination.
Let's
that
take a
blue is
minute
the
to
exact
appreciate
combination, like
and then
the right
the stripes,
color.
how they go into the pleats. I'm kind of wondering, and this one is really light. I wonder if it's a chiffon. PRCH, yeah, it's a chiffon, that's why. And then you can wear it this way if you wanted it a little shorter in the front.
Wow. Who
Right.
needs pants?
Who needs pants? And it does have pockets. They're right here. Yeah, this is beautiful. I feel like it just needs like a super sweet necklace, which we don't have very many of anymore. And then if you wanted, you could tie this together here. Are you gonna go find me one?
You do this together, we can.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But yeah, so this one has kind of like a taupey gray and then different shades of blue, cobalt, navy, and sky.
Some comments that we have are Lorena says, seriously, strengthen your bone density naturally, strength training early, 35 years old until you can't or die.
Yeah, she's right. She's really right that was one of the things that I found out is that I should have been maintaining my strength, which would have helped my bones as well.
Drink milk.
And I'm also doing that now.
And then beautiful capelet. Moran says we should all have a certain level of medical training so we can better advocate for ourselves. It's so true.
So
Jessica said I had to fight for a hysterectomy. Oh, I'm so bad at saying words. Pernicious. Thank you. Anemia. Thank you. Exhaustion, etc.
Yep.
And then the doctor finally listened. And then Claire said, Jessica, I had an emergency once, was at the GP 2 days before. He said I was fine, had a benign 9-inch squared tumor on my ovary that weighed 4.5 pounds.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of us not advocating for myself, my mother-in-law, as I mentioned in that clip, she's had a mastectomy and she found a lump in her chest, went to the doctors. The doctor said, it's nothing. She went back home and then she had a regularly scheduled mammogram that just happened to come up 4 months later. And when they did the mammogram, it was already stage 4 cancer. And she had identified it in the first, like right when it started, and she was blown off without even an ultrasound. Because they could have checked with an ultrasound, right? They would have seen calcification and they would have known what it was. But yeah, if you don't advocate for yourself, forget it.
Well, one of the biggest things that I had talked about I took a human sexuality course this past year, and it was so eye-opening because my sex ed in high school was terrible. I love that dress so much.
And it is so you.
It's such a great color palette.
Kind of chartreusey, right?
Yeah. And one of the biggest things that I was not aware of is that endometriosis. Yeah, I love with the blue and the reds.
Right?
And there's a bit of purples in there too that you can really pull from. What I found out about endometriosis, which I feel like so many women now struggle with, I feel like there's a lot more conversation around having endometriosis, is that the doctor cannot confirm for you.
No, you can't.
Unless they literally open you and dissect your ovary.
Yeah. And there's also nothing that you can do about it.
Yeah. And so sometimes all you have is yourself to advocate.
Yeah.
And so it's so important.
It's so important. So then my mother-in-law went to the doctors today. So she's back in Ottawa with my husband who took her just for this doctor's appointment. And so I called him. I'm like, well, what did they say? And he said, yeah, she's got chronic kidney disease. She's been on a lot of medications for a long time. So I said, okay, is that what's causing the itching? So my husband turned to his brother, who had actually gone in to see the doctor with her. And he said, is that what was causing the itching? And his brother said, no. And I said, oh, but it's a symptom. So how do you know? And he goes, because the doctor who's trained in it said so. So I'm like, Okay. So then, of course, I went to Dr. Google, but I went to several Dr. Googles, and I printed out what the symptoms of chronic kidney failure are, and dry itchy skin is one of them. And I'm like, how do you know that this chronic itch that she's had isn't part of this same problem, that you can just so easily dismiss it? Anyways, yes, the point is we all need to advocate for ourselves in so many different ways in a world that is primarily male dominated. And when we are surrounded by women who are maybe feeling like they have the right to judge what our bodies are doing, and why our bodies are doing them, as if nothing has ever happened to them and nothing ever will happen to them. So yeah, self-advocating and not being ashamed of things that our bodies do, because it's happening. Might as well just let everyone know and get some support.
Claire is so funny. So you've been getting some very, very amorous messages from YouTube.
Okay. Oh no.
In different messages, in different languages, saying, so beautiful, so beautiful, wow, so lovely,
so
wow.
lovely, mama.
And Claire goes, hoping all this lady talk will scare off the amorous dudes in this chat. And I said, hopefully, Claire.
Okay, let's talk about period blood. Yeah, let's see if that gets
But we did miss some comments. So Jane said, take calcium. Jessica said, Claire, oh my God, I wound up with a fibroid the size of a grapefruit in both in utero and outside.
Wow.
Jessica said, wowza, we have to be warriors. Jane said, I actually go to a nurse practitioner or good woman GP. And then someone asked, do you also deliver in India?
We can ship to India. Yes, we can. You would just place an order on our website, and we do have international delivery.
And then Morag says, cancer can cause itching. If scratching gives no relief, it may be her cancer.
So I did look into that as well. That was the first thing I thought. And I did check if it was kidney cancer. It has a whole series of very, very obvious symptoms that also include itching, but itching is kind of at the last stage. So hopefully they're going to schedule her an ultrasound.
Mm-hmm. And then Jane says, uremic rash.
Oh, could be like urine. Can
You
spell it?
UREMIC. Uremic?
Yeah, I think so.
Uremic?
I don't know the word, but I'm guessing it has to do with urine and the acids in urine.
Oh, yeah. It can. Wow. I know when Shafali held it up, I said I would not have thought about that, but it's so beautiful together.
So pretty.
Jessica says, beautiful color of that self pocket dress.
Yeah.
And love that dress. Had it in my wish list.
It's the one that has the peacocks on it.
Mm-hmm. And we do have the matching.
I think it's sold.
Kimono sleeve?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's gone.
And then also Heather says, I'm with Lorena, pumping iron, big weights, lost 45 pounds.
But more importantly, it does help your calcium levels and your bone strength, which is interesting. Can I digress for a second?
Can I have some of your water?
Yes. So I'm going to digress for a second because this brings up a really good point. My husband just started taking some version of Ozempic.
The Canadian one.
The Canadian
Monstera something.
What's it called?
It's not Monstera because that's a plant, but it's very similar to
sounds
Monstera.
A lot like it. So what we're told is within the next month, he is going to become very, very skinny. And
I've never seen
Dad really skinny.
A skinny papa. That was just never meant for me.
Yeah, no, he's supposed to get really skinny. And, part of me was like, oh, he's going to get skinny without even trying. But then what you say, Lorena, is a really good point. Getting skinny without the effort of working out and watching your diet and eating healthy. So you'll be skinny, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be healthy.
Yeah,
right?
So that's why a lot of the celebrities who use Ozempic, Claire says that the top has sold. A lot of the celebrities that use it, it's partnered with a change in diet and a change in exercise routine.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're just getting frail.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we'll have to watch out for with Dad then, right?
But he has Peter.
He has stopped going to Peter.
Papa!
Yeah, and you can be sure that as soon as he's really skinny, he's going to be like, I'm so fit. And we're going to know it's the Ozempic.
And I'm going to be like, Dad, an arm wrestle a day. The day that I beat you, you're becoming a Pilates princess.
Well, so I'm trying to get him into Pilates as well now. they have like 2 people, like you can have a couple or with a friend. And I'm like, look, I'll go with you. We go together. We do Pilates.
You guys should do that bungee Pilates.
What's the bungee Pilates?
The one where you're like connected to a bungee rope and you're literally like doing the yoga and you're like running and you go like this and then you catch yourself and you run back and then you run.
I don't know that one.
Morag says when you lose weight, you also lose muscle. He must do some sort of exercise.
Yes, he's gonna have to.
He will. He
will, says his
he
daughter.
will, says his daughter. Well, I'm Mr. So-and-so airing out Mr. Mohan's hot tea. Somebody has a bike in the basement.
Somebody does have a bike in the basement and now has a TV in front of that bike and a little sound system set up and zero excuse. So I think that other dress was a large. Was it? The blue dress was a large. This was the medium.
I swear by berberine, which is a natural herbal supplement.
Oh, okay.
And then Margot says Ozempic or similar slows down the digestive system.
Yeah.
Lisa LaBelle says, I was on Ozempic and ended up in the hospital having emergency gallbladder surgery.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think so. My husband is taking it because he's pre-diabetic, but also he's got sleep apnea that's in the severe stage. Like he stops breathing 32 times an hour, like literally stops breathing 32 times a minute. Even when he's sleeping on his
mask.
No, he can't. The mask keeps coming off and he's tried everything. So he did try the sleep apnea mask. So one of the off-label things for this medicine is that it does stop sleep apnea. So we're trying to balance his heart with the diabetes.
Margaret says, and you'll gain it all back after you stop taking it if you don't adjust your lifestyle and food intake. Then Morag says, a bike isn't enough. He needs to do weight-bearing exercises. I had 2 GI bleeds from Ozempic, never lost weight.
Wow. We have to let Dad know that.
Yeah. Papa, let us know if you're in the live, and if you're not, where are you? What are you doing?
He's in Ottawa.
Oh, right.
So he's probably eating.
Okay, it's fair. I excuse.
Yeah.
Jackie Newell says, what dress is the black one that you have
So
on?
this is the lanai dress. I'm wearing the medium.
Very nicely cut.
It's beautifully cut. So it's got a princess waist. So the waist starts kind of up here. It has, like, I would probably go one size bigger just because if I don't have to show any bulge, why would I? So it would kind of just come more out to there. But yeah, it's super flattering, super comfortable. It's made of bamboo. It's not a heavy bamboo, but there's a lot of fabric. But it's a great underpinning if you're looking for just something classic, with good coverage. And then you can pretty much wear it any way you want. Like if you were going to take it as your black basic when you travel, you can put stuff over it.
I love this one. I don't know how it's still here.
Yeah, I don't know how it's still here either.
And I think we have it in the vest as well.
It's too beautiful.
Lisa LaBelle says, I think the dosages are different for different modalities.
Oh.
Lorena says, I never use a scale. Me either.
Me either.
I'm like, I don't need to know what number I am.
Yeah.
Middle 60s, and I understand the importance of bone density. The whole body needs dense bones. Muscles are nature's Spanx. I like that.
I like that too.
And then Jessica said, I highly recommend a CPAP style mask with a hose that attaches on the top of the head versus the front of the face. Much better because, yeah, Dad goes like this, right?
Yeah, Dad pulls it off. So I think he did get one that goes at the top.
I think he needs the full band.
Well, that's what I think. He needs like...
He wants to be stylish, and I'm like, man, there's a hose strapped to your nose.
Yeah.
There's no style here.
Yeah, I'll let him know about the one that... Because that's... When we were looking at the options that were shown to us, I'm like, it seems to me... It makes sense that the one that goes like from the top of your head is least likely to get in your way.
Sorry, Claire, you're so funny. I think because she heard the ding, she said, an angel just got her wings. Morag says, how has this not sold? I know. This is one of my absolute favorites. And let me get you the vest, Mom.
Okay.
Show off the vest.
Yeah, like sparkly vest?
It's the matching deal, that one. And could you let me know what the code is for that?
I can. It is PRC 6561. I don't know. I'm wearing my contacts, but I still can't read.
I can read.
6561.
Yeah. Look at you go.
Look at you go, girl.
Jessica said, okay, sir, you need to get out of there.
more men who are liking my look.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir. Jessica says, I had the full face and connected at the front of the face was horrible.
Okay.
And Lorena says, men and women use it or lose it.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna get you the best. Also,
I'm getting there, Lorena. I have realized that I can't pretend that it's not important anymore. I think my body has been trying to tell me for this past 2 years, with all the things that have gone wrong, that I need to start caring for it if I want my body to care for me.
Hey girl, where's your makeup bag perchance?
Oh, it's here. Do you need something?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I do.
Okay, give me a second.
I know I'm youngin' and I'm realizing that.
Yeah.
Because I sit cross-legged too much that my knees need more strength.
Well,
And I'm like, how am I supposed to sit like a lady if it's gonna hurt my knees?
so I did Pilates for
Isn't that crazy?
I did Pilates for years, and so the muscle is coming back, which is nice. Interesting. What do you think, Mary? Would you pair these?
Yeah, I think it gives the same effect as the dress, just more. There's more fat. You definitely have to style it a little bit, maybe. So there's actually, as my mom, there's no way that you have a makeup bag with no tweezers in it.
No, my tweezers are in the car.
Ah! But I'm having a mom experience,
Okay.
which is that I found a chin hair, and now I can't possibly do anything else with my life.
I have been there, and that's why I have tweezers in all places where there's good lighting.
Except for with the makeup bag.
There is no guarantee of good lighting with that makeup bag.
That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate! Well, guess I'm gonna suffer for a really long time. Gonna suffer forever now.
Or until you get home.
Okay.
Can you add the tag to this one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh. I love, and this is gonna be so funny and ironic, but I love when we put an outfit together at Sorry Not Sorry and it resembles a sari. I'm
is
like,
kind of
whoa!
ironic. It is. It's
We
so
came
ironic.
full circle. Jackie is wondering if you can try the vest with the sleeve on no sleeve side. Oh. I was like, I don't get that.
Well, we got there. We got there.
And then Margot says, yes, we don't need to be ashamed of the softness or shapes. And Jane says, I carry tweezers in my purse for that reason. Also, when my mom was alive, I promised her she wouldn't have any chin hairs, lol. That's so the amount of times that I've been in charge of watching the traffic light because my mom is like, I felt a hair on my chin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand.
No.
And now
if I
I'm
feel
like,
the hair on my chin, it's got to go.
literally, I'm like, I need to actually shave every piece of hair off my body so that I know that there isn't any hair on my chin.
No, and it's not because I care how it looks. I don't like how it feels.
It feels so like
I don't know
it's
how
just
men do
it's
it.
just so thick and it's just one.
and it
and
makes
I'm-
your skin wobble.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I can feel the whole follicle.
I don't want to feel the whole
I don't want to
in
feel
my
a follicle on my
face.
face.
No.
Ugh, that's like a fun crucial. I love that.
Do you love it?
A fun crucial aspect of my life. A very, very clear memory. One could even argue maybe my first memory was that I was deeply, deeply horrified, scared even, at the scene where they passed the basketball to Chad in High School Musical because he lifts his arm and that was the first time I ever saw a man's armpit and there was so much hair going on there that I said
And that's when you decided you didn't like men.
yeah, that was it. I said, strike one. You have the rest of my life to prove me wrong.
I kind of think it does have a bit of a sorry vibe, and I kind of love it.
I really love it. It's the sparkle in this piece. I think is so nice because it's sparkly but subtle.
Like, I could see myself wearing this in the evening,
Yeah.
like to an evening event.
Yeah, it's very.
So I went to. Oh, I did cut you off earlier when you were saying comments.
Oh no, it's okay. Lorena just said, "Ooh la la, softness." And then Jessica says, "Get a facial epilator. Works great and damages the hair follicle and stops the growth."
So I have one of those, and I've been worried to use it on my cheeks here.
Well, I dermaplane.
But dermaplane is like shaving.
Yeah.
So this is, it actually pulls the hair out, almost like threading.
Are you worried it's going to get thicker?
No, I do know that it doesn't get thicker,
Yeah.
that's just a myth.
That is.
What I'm worried about is ingrown hairs.
Jessica says you may have to epilate a number of times, but eventually it stops. And then Amy says, I rejoined on face follicles and now I'm lost. Oh! We're just having some girl chat.
It's girl talk. We're trying to get rid of those two guys on Facebook.
Literally, they literally said, any red underwear? And I'm like, sir, that's my mom. Get away from my mom! Sir, that's actually my mother. Jessica says I have no ingrown hairs on my face, just nice and smooth.
Well, maybe I'll give that a try because I do have one. And I've been hesitant to use it on my face. And it does, oh, look at that.
Wow.
I know, this dress is an amazing underpinning.
It's such a nice dress. It's a beautiful cut.
I think the problem was that
they're heavy.
Got it. And, well, they're heavy and we got it, but we got so many other things at the same time that it kind of
like you wearing that, like I'm really eyeing that dress because it's so nice.
So
Heather says, we've been everywhere, Amy.
So this brand, the dress, is by Blue Sky, and Blue Sky is made in China. So if you're an American customer and you're interested in Blue Sky in this dress, just message us. Or if you go to the top of the website and change the country from USA to Canada, you'll be able to see all the details about it. It won't let you purchase, but you'll be able to see all the details. And then just send us a message, let us know which ones you want, and we will figure out how to get the piece to you. But please be aware, as it stands right now, the tariffs on things made in China that come to you in the States via Canada are exorbitant, shocking, like ridiculous. I can't, we had a couple of customers who got hit with the tariffs because their products shipped out and then the new tariffs went into effect. And so their things hit the border. When they left here, there was no tariff. By the time it got to the border, there was a tariff. And they got tariffed, and I'm not going to lie, it's bad. So if you're thinking of buying something made in China, let us know, and we can help you figure out the tariffs. But it's probably better if we wait until the tariff wars are over. This is so pretty, too.
What is the name of the dress underneath, sorry?
Lanai. It might not be tagged. Oh, it should be, though. Lanai.
It's very stunning, and I might have to add her to my list.
Yeah, it's beautiful and so comfortable. And does it have pockets?
Oh, that's so funny, Margaret, because Heather said, we've been everywhere, Amy. And Amy said, that's such a journey, lol. And Margot said, it's worth it. Rewatch. Oh, and then Jackie said, try a magic circle, waist height, and centered. Sorry, I didn't see that until...
That's okay. That's okay.
We were talking tariffs.
We were talking tariffs. Deep sigh.
Yeah.
I have never read the news as much as I've been reading the news lately.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said waist.
Waist height and centered.
Okay, so my waist is somewhere here, but I'm going to go a little higher because I know that for me, I need a fake empire waist.
Oh, so we actually used to have 2 of that vest. Now we only have 1.
Oh, really?
No pants.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, that's a stunning piece.
This is, and I remember showing it during the live because the circles are all different sizes.
Hold on, are you wearing a maxi caftan?
I'm wearing a midi caftan.
Oh, good, that's what I said.
Yes.
I was worried I led someone astray.
No, and you know what Irene has been doing is instead of wrapping it twice, she just wraps it once, and then you get
the hole.
Yeah,
the hole. I really like that.
Right there.
You need to, just make it a little, It's giving, what's that?
Belly button?
You know, it is giving that too. It's the new Broadway musical. They just did a Death Becomes Her, the musical.
Oh, really?
But you know when she gets blasted through the center?
Yes, I do know. Yes, it's
in the red
like
dress.
That, but in only the most beautiful.
But in only the most
way.
beautiful, silk, gorgeous, smooth way.
Yes, not at all violent.
Not at all violent. But we love Meryl. Heather says, I love that caftan, like elongated polka dots. So
Yes.
happy. And Amy says, have you seen the new acronym on Wall Street? Taco.
No, what is it?
Don't want to get political, so maybe look it up later.
Okay, I will look it up.
And then Jackie says, see what it does with the hem?
Oh, yes, I did see what it did with the hem, and it looked very pretty.
Jacqueline Newell is known fashionista.
She is a fashion.
One of the known fashionistas, or sorry, not sorry.
So this is another piece that I don't know how it hasn't sold. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, Amy, I feel like this matches your pants. The ones that you brought in that were somewhere between a green and a gray.
She also said she can DM it.
Okay. That is between a green and a gray. And it also has red and then a really pale pink. But the pattern looks like it is a batik print, but it's actually just fake batik. Like it's printed. And then this side of it is kind of like fire, but look at the colors in that. We have teals, we have greens, reds, beiges, black. This would match Viscasha, oregano, the lipstick red, burgundy, not uni actually, but burgundy.
Amy says, how did I miss that one?
I don't know how we missed this one. Amy, I've been going through your pictures and the videos we took. You are going to be so pleased at how they turned out. I'll have to share the folder with you, but honestly, you are so freaking photogenic. It's not even funny. You just look like happiness and calmness incarnate. And special shout out to Sarah because it was her first real photo shoot and she did a great job.
Morag says, gorgeous cardigan. I can't believe it hasn't sold either. And then Claire is asking to see it with kelp.
Oh, yeah, let's see it with kelp.
Oh, that's time.
Yeah,
no one's got time.
I feel like time is going to be shade light for this.
No, I grabbed the wrong one for sure. This is kelp. But I wonder if a Jester or Uni would be the one to go with.
Actually, it's perfect.
I'm going to say that it's a Jester piece.
Let's see, Jester. So this is... I think it works with Jester, but Jester may be a smidge bright. I think it needs to be more of a burgundy.
So then I think it's a lipstick and neither.
Yes, and this I feel like is too orange, and this is definitely a burgundy. And they didn't really come out with a burgundy this year. This is probably closer to Aperitivo from last year, which was kind of like a chili.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Amy says, she said, oh, well, thank you. I was so happy to be there. I still can't believe we finally got to meet face to face.
That was so nice.
And then Lorena says, wow, photogenic. And Heather says, yay, Amy, can't wait to see your photos.
Well, I'm starting to sort through them today. And what I've done is so for let's say that Amy tried on a bunch of high-low tops, I've got video snips of all of those high-low tops. And then I've got a fabulous picture for the cover of her wearing a high-low top. So we get to see her trying them on, and we get to see one with fancy photographs.
I noticed you said, this yellow high-low is my favorite high-low because I was putting them all away.
I did love that one.
Amy says the overwhelm was real, but not in a bad way. I forgot to look at the linen swatches.
Oh no. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount of times people will come in for the first time and I say, you don't have to buy anything, but I'm here to help you.
That's right. I often say, here's our card. Go back, look at the website.
Yeah, I'm like, you did it. You stepped foot.
Yep. Go get a sense of what's going on. I can definitely explain it to you, but it's not going to sink in. Take some time and then come back.
Michelle says, Amy, I'm so excited for the shoot.
Yeah.
Aww.
Beautiful pictures. I think I've only shared one so far.
This is one of my favorite waterfalls in store right now.
I don't know how it hasn't sold. So I think this is periwinkle.
I think it is.
Let's check. So this is, and that's why I keep thinking Lysianthus is para, because I always think Lysianthus is periwinkle.
No, that's same. I'm like, why is peregrine?
Because it means pear.
Whoa!
The shock was real there, guys.
We cracked the case.
All right, so it's really close.
Corey says it is overwhelming in the best way.
Here. So it kind of matches that.
Did you want to know something so silly crazy?
Tell me.
Do you know what grenadine is, Mom?
Is it pomegranate?
How did you
I
know?
don't know. I just know.
That's so crazy.
So it also matches Evia.
Yeah, but Parabeing green is like, what is it? Is it? I think it's seafoam and is like not a seafoam. Oh, it's the fact that chartreuse isn't a burgundy.
Oh, because you think it sounds like a wine?
Well, everyone thinks that chartreuse and vermilion should be swapped.
Really?
Vermilion sounds green.
Vermilion does sound more
And
green.
chartreuse makes you think of
champagnes and cabernets
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. So I am going to tie a higher knot in here to almost make this into like a high-low top, and then I still have coverage across the back. So once again, not wearing pants, just wearing a pretty little dress, and then using my silks on top and tying them in different ways to get different looks.
And now I have to buy a dress.
They're really nice.
It looks so nice.
It's so comfortable.
So how tall are you again, Mom?
I am 5'5".
Okay, and you have like a good, how many inches would you say?
I would say at least 4.
At least 4, right? There's a good chunk of ankle.
Yeah.
The Victorians would not be happy.
No, the Victorians would not be impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me try that one on. Okay, that's it for the black dress, guys. But you can hear how you guys hear it?
Wubba.
It's a nice fabric. And it has a lot of stretch in it too, guys. Time, Miss Mary?
He's 9:16.
We're gonna make it.
We're gonna make
it. We're gonna make it. So isn't this the same dress I tried on before?
No. So the one that you tried on before is greens and yellows with a little bit of blue. That one is a rainbow because it has orange and red.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Psych. So it actually is the same. It's just that there's more orange and red at the top.
Right?
Yeah, it's that there's more red at the top.
And they're all kind of different. So this one is called, color-wise,
No, I think it's
Yellow.
the same color. I think it's just that the color patches are swapped, so there's more color on the top.
yeah. This one definitely has a lot more red
Mm-hmm.
than the other one did. But yeah, we called it yellow.
I think we can move to a different one if you'd like. That's a beautiful
Well,
color.
why don't I just show it together? So I don't know how this hasn't sold. This is satin. It's different shades of, yeah, feel how soft it is.
It's so soft and it has a second pattern like embossed on it.
So
But
what I
even-
noticed is that this does not look as good in our photographs as it looks in real life.
Yeah. Like even you can't even see the print. You can only really see, I'm trying to get like the floral print.
Yeah, so online
really
you
nice.
see the zigzag. In person you see the floral.
Wow.
It is beautiful.
That's a stunning piece. And it's so soft. And then there's a gorgeous lace border on the bottom.
So when you look at this through the camera, what do you see more of, the zigzag
Yeah.
or the floral?
You see the zigzag.
Okay, so for us, we're seeing more of the floral. Like when I look in the mirror, I see the florals.
When I'm back here, I see the zigzag.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I think it's because I'm closer to the. So yeah, in the camera, it's just a zigzag.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's-
Claire said, "Wow, up close."
Yeah, the colors on this are spectacular, and it's so freaking soft. There. Is the color right now?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's kind of like a watermelon.
It really it genuinely plays tricks on your eyes in person.
Yeah, like it could be rust, it could be red, it could be.
Claire said, "Is it
watermelon.
coral?"
It could be coral.
I'd say it's a coral with a bit more of like a burnt orange
So
undertone.
in there is a corally pink, but there is also a darker red. And when you see the corally pink in the shinier part of the satin, it looks darker. So it is very multi-tonal.
And multi-beautiful.
So now this one I put together.
It's almost like a hologram. Yeah, it's
It
like
is.
those cards that
It does. It definitely looks different, but it's not shiny either.
it
For a
isn't,
satin,
yeah.
you would think it would be shiny, but it's not. So this is the cream color parachute dress, and I know I've forgotten to mention the price. This one is 62 Canadian, and I would say the solid colors fit to a size 16 to 18. The patchworks fit to an 18 easily, and the black and white patchwork is particularly generous through the bust. The measurements are online.
I would say that the solid color measure fits perfectly to a 16, and anything above that, it comes down to bust.
Yeah. So I'm a 38C, and you can see there's still room through here for me to have a bigger bust. But then Rachel was wearing one a couple of days ago when she was doing her little dance, and she's got to be a B or an A. Like, she's very petite, and it still fit her too. Okay, this is what I thought it would be pretty with. Ooh, it's like a bit of summer.
Lemonade, anyone? That's what it's giving.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, there's a black thing on the dress. I think there's a fluff.
Oh yeah, I see it. It's just fluff.
So we have both a cream and a white in the
No,
parachute
we have
dress.
an oatmeal and cream.
I thought it was only an oatmeal for the pants.
Nope, the dress comes in oatmeal and cream. You can check,
I'm
but
gonna
I did. Yeah, please do.
Just in case. But I just wanted to say that is this the cream?
This is the cream.
Okay, so the reason I'm curious is because one is so stark compared to the other.
Yes, this is the really stark one. The other one is
No, we have oatmeal and white.
No.
Yeah. You're thinking of the pants.
No.
Yeah.
Because I didn't look at any pants today.
No, I know, but that when we have two shades here, we have the cream and then the oatmeal.
Okay, yeah, but check in the dresses.
No, I know, but I just checked online. I don't know if we have a white. You're wearing the white parachute dress.
And what color's that?
This is cream.
But
This is like the oatmeal. So we have oatmeal
and
we
cream.
have
You think this is white?
Because it's not the same.
Show me that one.
No, this one has brown undertone. So that's why I wanted to bring it up, because there is quite a difference.
There is. This one is the one that I thought was oatmeal. Yes. So this is oatmeal. And this, I don't think we call it white.
Online it says white.
Does it?
White, one white cotton parachute. And we have 3 oatmeal.
Well, we should definitely change the name because it's vanilla. It says white. Can you add the word vanilla in front of the word white? Creamy vanilla? Because wouldn't you say that's a creamy vanilla?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do white vanilla. Or is that redundant?
I think it has to be creamy vanilla.
I don't like the word creamy. So if we could do French vanilla.
Doesn't French vanilla have the little dots?
Yeah, but then won't we also have to redo a sticker if we change the name?
But they all say creme anglaise.
No?
Like all the words that. Have we had this discussion before with the use of the word cream?
No.
Yes, we have. I kept using the word cream, and you're like, stop using the word cream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was last time.
It is cream.
Okay.
It is creamy vanilla.
I hate that word so much.
But it is accurate. It's accurate.
So is white.
No, it's not. Well, it's like if you're painting, it's white. That's because there are like
You're
a million whites.
Got
So,
her.
This is the oatmeal, which is a very pale beige.
Winter. Oh, we got suggestions,
Okay.
and they're good.
All right.
They're better than us.
Okay.
Winter white, soft serve ice cream vanilla, milky white,
Look at these people who don't want us to fight.
creamy cream,
Creamy cream. There you go.
chicky chicky parm parm, a little creamy cream.
So the name of this color, guys, is Pale Rose.
Pale rose.
Pale Rose.
But anyways, the only reason I brought that up is that we have one white, and it is much more stark, and our
And-
oatmeal has more of a brown undertone.
Definitely. Okay, now this is Pale Rose, and this is the softest vest in the world. The background color is a pale pink. We have some burgundies, a little bit of digitalis and Morvedra there. We've got some uni and some that color yearling and a little bit of gray or viscosha. You can see there's more of it there. So soft.
Creamy rose. Amy says creamiest cream.
Thank you, Amy.
Claire says off-white. A crew. Maybe.
Both of those would be good.
Yeah. We cracked the case, guys.
Off-white. I would be okay with off-white.
Corey says, I have a baby doll and that's so soft.
So soft.
Oh, that's such a gorgeous print.
It's so unbelievably soft.
Wait, what are we
delicate.
doing? Ecru?
Or the other white.
Off-white?
Off-white. Yeah, it's beautiful. It looks really sweet with this pink too, underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing looks very Victorian.
I do. High tea.
High tea. Yeah, really, and so comfortable. If you've had a parachute dress, your parachute dress feels like nothing on. It's very loose through the waist and hips. It's just the only place you really need to measure is across the bust.
Jessica says, love the colors. Carly says, a great combo. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it. It's a new show on Netflix called Sirens.
Oh, it's the one with Nicole Kidman?
No, Julianne Moore
Julianne.
and Millie Alcock and the girl from White Lotus.
Which one?
The one who was in Aubrey Plaza's season. Not the latest season. The last one.
Oh, okay. One from last season.
Yes.
Okay.
All that to say, I definitely think that Julianne Moore would wear Sorry Not... Julianne Moore's character could wear Sorry Not Sorry.
She totally could.
She totally could.
So, ladies, as we will continue, as I process this experience with my mother-in-law, the 2 weeks, we went to a breakfast place twice while she was here. We went to Pure and Simple. If you live in Burlington, it's lovely. The food's delicious. And both times I wore Sorry Not Sorry. And I feel like a lot of the people in Burlington feel very, very comfortable in their structured clothing. Mira is giving me the yes, speak on that, girl. In their structured clothing.
Aritzia.
Aritzia, or Lululemon. Like, it seems like it's one or the other. And the older ladies, I feel like it's Laura or J. Michaels. It's all tailored and not flowy. Definitely not flowy. There is no flow. Zero flow. So I went into the restaurant, and I'm flowy, right? I'm just breezing in. My silk is wafty.
Caught in the wind.
I'm caught in the wind. It's beautiful. And all these ladies are looking at me. And I said to myself, I get to interpret what that look means, because I don't know exactly what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I was going to go with my own narrative. And my own narrative was, I've never seen anything like that before. I might like it. I think I'm just going to stare while I try to decide if that's definitely a thing or not a thing for me. So that's what I've decided the confusion on their faces was. But there was definitely confusion there. And then I was listening to the book that I've been telling you guys about by Mel Robbins, the one where she talks about let them. And she talks about how whenever you say something like, I want to make sure I get this right. Whenever you say something like, does this look good? You have to ask yourself, to whom? And if you're saying, does it look good to me? Well, then just ask yourself, do you like it? Yes, done. Does it look good to person over there? You don't know. You really don't know. So why not just assume that it does if you're happy with it too? But it takes so much confidence to be able to say, I don't look the way you look. And I'm still very happy with myself, because there is a chance I'm ahead of the curve here. Maybe not, but maybe you're just not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Any comments on that?
A personal comment first on
Okay.
topic. I find that I always notice that too, because I will wear my Sorry Not Sorry clothes to campus, and I'll walk through the halls, and there's also like a lot of international students, so I'm like, I know that they're recognizing the sorry fabrics, because sometimes we have some really traditional fabrics that I really gravitate towards. And I've noticed that as a personal thing, if I notice that people are looking at me and they have that look of confusion, I go that route too, where I'm like, it's because they're impressed. And then I'm like, then I'll give them a show, and I strut. Because when I strut, I know that my silk is going to flow, I'm going to look cool, and I'm going to feel cool. And it's very hard to feel bad about yourself when you're strutting.
It's true. And it really does force you to realize, who are you dressing for? When you say, like, I don't feel smart enough. Smart enough for who? I don't feel, I feel like I'm not good enough. Good enough for whom? It's that whole idea that we base our belief system on through the eyes of somebody we don't even know. And they're maybe not even thinking about us. They might be just looking confused because the menu's confusing.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh my God, my outfit is confused here and now I must hold my head in shame. The only person whose opinion I really know is my own.
And also, another thing is, if that kind of gets to you with everyone looking and you're not really knowing what they're thinking, is how, just think about yourself, how many times you look to other women and or even men or whoever, and you're like, wow, I love what they're wearing. And you might have like the squinty look on your face because they're in the sun.
This
and
is
you're
what
like,
Mira's doing her right now with her face.
You're like, but in your mind, you're like, wow, that's such an amazing outfit.
Yeah. Sometimes I just need time to like understand it. If I see somebody wearing something really different, I'm like, so that's pants and a top with a jacket. Okay.
So we have some comments. Jessica says, let them. I'm reading that. It is great.
It is.
And then
really
Claire
great.
says, I am too, has helped with office politics.
Nice.
Margaret says, I've decided that people will think to themselves that they wish they could wear clothes like that, but they're too scared to.
It's so true.
And Claire and Jessica all agree. Morag says, and who cares?
Who cares?
And of course, to throw it out there, Claire said, Mira, you're so funny and a great host. And I said, thank you. And then Margot says, yes, Mira, a great host. And I said, oh, stop.
She is all personality, guys. This girl, all personality.
And then Carly says, who cares what others think? Have fun. Lorena says, my experience, looks but no words. I dress for me, myself, and I. Yeah. Judy says, me too. Kay says, I live on the West Coast. Often people ask me why I'm all dressed up. And she says, I wear it to the dog park. I tell people all the time here at the store when they're looking at the maxi dresses, they're like, where am I going to wear this? I'm like, I actually went to Food Basics in that.
So
and I said, I'm the best looking person in this Food Basics right now.
So when we were in Ottawa 2 weekends ago for my brother-in-law's birthday, my sister-in-law, and if you're watching this, I am not going to say anything bad. I'm actually a little bit in awe. She is almost 50, and she really, I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't sound judgmental, because I'm not trying to be judgmental. She values having a fit-looking body. Right? And there's nothing wrong. There is no judgment there. We all value different things. That is something that she values. And she looks lovely. And she works out. So she came out to a meal with us. And I was wearing, it was a meal?
It was a meal, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So she came out to a meal with us. And I was wearing my rose Casbah pants. And I was wearing a bamboo cotton Huxley tank in like a beigey color from a couple of seasons ago. And then I was wearing that vest, the pink one that has all of the sequins on it. Christine Akeland's mother is my sorry sister.
The vest?
That vest. And I thought I looked beautiful. We were going out for high tea and I felt like a princess and I was so comfortable and we were eating all kinds of food and the elastic just kept stretching with me. It could not have been any better. And what she was wearing was also so beautiful. She was wearing an orange, like a really rich orange sheath dress that was like cut here and then very, very slim fitting with a zipper up the back. And she looked stunning. And I used to dress like that. And at this stage in my life, you could not pay me to dress like that. Like the number of things you have to worry about when you're wearing a dress that's that fitted. I don't want to waste my brain on that.
No hulking out anywhere.
No, you
can't even go like this.
You have to be very aware of how you're standing and, holding in your stomach and how much you're eating.
Those dresses I find are the dresses that they're the kind of dresses that makes me think of like those one-liners from She's the Man, where it's one of those dresses where it only works if you're properly postured the whole time. As soon as you slip from that, it won't fit as well, or you'll feel uncomfortable. And it was like the line from because my aunt was wearing these stunning shoes.
She looked stunning.
They were so beautiful. I loved them, but there were these super tall high heels, and I was like, wow, fabulous.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. Fabulous. Yeah. I don't know how you're doing that. That's so crazy. And it made me think of the line from She's the Man, where it's like, Mom, heels were invented by men to make our butts look better and make it harder for us to run. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, like there are definitely clothes where you only look good if you are forced, because they're a tool to keep you in a certain position.
And you know what? I did that already.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I had known then what I know now. Now is life is too short to be spending your time worrying about how you look to people who aren't you, when you don't know what they're thinking anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm creating all of this discomfort for myself, because I'm imagining what that person over there is thinking, when they're just thinking that they're feeling a little gassy and maybe need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, they think I look beautiful. Yeah. And I'm like, as long as I don't breathe, and as long as my bra is definitely lifted, and that I even wore a thong for a while, guys.
That I will never understand.
Because you could see panty lines, and I'm like, God forbid, I would put myself through that kind of discomfort so that some other person wouldn't see my panty lines. What was I thinking? I only just realized, and I guess this is so silly crazy because it's like, yeah, but I simply thought that thongs were invented because men invented so many things and we don't get anything fun. However, I learned that apparently the reason that the whale tail trend even began when I was growing up. The whale tail, where you can see it above your pants?
Because as a kid, everyone was whale tailing and Degrassi, so I was like, that is the coolest person you can be, is whale tailing and wearing a tank top where your bra's popping out. I said, wow, fashion. But we've come a long way.
We have come.
But what I was gonna say is, apparently it was so that when you bent over in low-rise jeans, because they're low, you didn't show your ass crack.
Is that what that was?
That was the reason. That was why they were made.
I thought it was so that if you were wearing a tight-fitted, body-conscious dress or something that was very sleek,
you wouldn't
see underwear lines here.
But you could still see them on the side. Like the band.
Just a line.
The band.
You wouldn't really.
Well, like it was one of the reasons, but the other reason was so that you wouldn't have like a plumber's crack during the trend of low-rise jeans. It's too much.
I think part of the reason that all those trends exist from young people is that young people have the energy to follow them.
Yeah.
I no longer have that energy.
There's someone asked one of the actresses from the show Girls, they're like, what's advice that you would give to women everywhere? And she's like, you guys, I think you have too much time to think about yourself.
Yeah.
And while at first that's like rude, you're like, whoa, it's so true. There's so much beauty and life and happiness happening around you that you truly are almost the last thing. Of like what someone else is thinking of how you look is the last thing that you need to be thinking about on a day-to-day, because there's so much more around you.
Yeah, it's true.
So we have some comments.
Okay.
So we have Margot says, waste your brain and money.
Yeah.
Corey says, I wore tailored clothes to work for 30 years. The SKS clothes are so liberating.
Yeah.
Carly says, don't be a prisoner of your clothes. Kay says, sorry not sorry works with fitted dresses as underpinnings.
It does.
And then Margot says, flight attendant suit for 40 years.
Can't even imagine.
And Heather went, pantyhose. Ugh.
Ugh.
And then over on YouTube, we've had some really good conversations too. Michelle says, I'm wondering if you couldn't combine both a sheath dress with a great SKS topper.
You definitely can.
If
you're comfortable in a sheath dress,
yeah,
go for it.
It's just much more structured.
I am not comfortable in a sheath dress. There's too much going on right here.
Mm-hmm. Michelle says, the high heel things make me giggle. Men wore them first. It's true. Yeah. So did butchers.
Why did butchers wear them?
So that they wouldn't get in the blood.
Ooh.
Because the floor would be covered in blood.
Yes, I see.
Save the pants. And then Jessica says, I thought it was for no underwear lines.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that is definitely one of the main ones. But then the other one was that it was an added benefit, but it was a smart added benefit.
Yeah.
And then Claire said, I learned a new phrase tonight. And Jessica said
whale tail.
whale tail. I know, I had to teach my friends whale tail
I had
too.
never heard of whale
That
tail.
everyone, it was like I genuinely thought the only reason anyone would ever wear a thong was just so that they could whale tail, because that's when I grew up, was in the 2000s, and everyone was whale tailing. And like also there was always one episode in a Disney TV show where the main female character sneakily bought a thong and then sneakily wears the thong to school, and then she bends over in front of her mom and her mom goes, "What is that?" And you're like, damn, Lizzie McGuire's about to get grounded.
So this is an example of how you can wear this very comfortable Mina dress as a slip. It's made out of bamboo, has adjustable straps, it's super stretchy. So you can generally go a size down if you're planning on wearing it as an underpinning. And then that lets you wear sheer fabrics over top. So you don't have to worry about anybody peeking through and seeing anything, but it still keeps you really cool because of the bamboo. So,
And I
there's
do want to
this.
let you know that it is 9:40.
So I have 20 whole minutes, Mira. 20 of them.
20 of them.
I have 20.
How many minutes, Mom?
20 minutes.
20.
20.
20.
So that means not everything gets an actual try on. So this, how has this not sold?
I don't know. And it's been on the wall. We've been trying.
Yeah, it's too beautiful. I would wear this with green.
I was going to say I would do the pea skirt. The pea green skirt.
Yeah, the pea green skirt or even the para pants. But it's so soft and pretty. Very, very girly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe with red.
Get out of my head. I was just thinking that.
Were you?
But like, I
Like,
think
feel
it would
like
have to
red
be.
would give it enough of an edge.
I think it would be uni, because then it would also play with the coral undertones.
Oh yeah,
I think Jester's too strong.
it's very pretty with the uni.
Jessica says, love that top. And Claire says, moi aussi.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
We're bilingual. In this house, we're bilingual.
It's actually really soft and beautiful.
And it's a kimono sleeve.
It is a kimono sleeve. Now, what is this? Oh, we have a purple skirt in a small. So, ladies, this will not fit me. But I think we do still have some in black too, right? They're called velma skirt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I can't get you to try it on.
No.
Okay.
No.
No. So, but do we have a pair in black, Mira? Not here. Would you be able to check and see if we have a pair in black so I can actually try them on?
Size.
Probably, this is blue sky. I'm going to say large. So these are made out of that same bamboo linen from the other, as the other blue sky products. They look like a skirt, but they're actually shorts. And they have pockets. So they're kind of nice for travel. Don't they have pockets? They do.
No large.
Okay, so you guys will just have to imagine.
Extra large.
I could try an extra large. So I'm really short-waisted, so they're not going to look great on me.
Yeah, that's why I want, because I have a pair too, and I have to find the right top because it crops me.
Yeah. Oh, but it does look great with that.
No, it's like the perfect combination.
It is the perfect combination. But yeah, for my body type, it's not great. But we have found people who are not short-waisted have really liked them. And Kim really likes them, right? Kim is apple-shaped.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Kim really likes them.
I think she likes them. Yeah. Our very own Kim's the mother of the bride.
That's happening soon. Tomorrow, in fact.
Tomorrow.
So I've decided what I'm wearing to Kim, who works here. Her daughter's getting married. And I think what I'm going to wear is my self-pocket dress. Many of you will remember it. Jane, I know you will. It's the one that's in ombres of gray and purple. And then it had that beautiful leaf that kind of went like this in Swarovski crystal. It was really understated. I'm going to wear it with my allium pants. That's my plan. It's understated. I'll be comfortable, but it's still very pretty. It's kind of formal.
We're talking about wearing compression socks, and then Heather said, I need compression socks now in my advanced age. And Judy said, no dissing compression socks, need them for long flights.
Yeah.
And Lorena says, me too, smart well I love. Margot says, no, not you, I'm more advanced. And she said, I had to wear them for work on the flights every day.
Wow.
And then Jackie Newell said, and men looked ridiculous in heels. And Carly B. Pink, top was a kimono sleeved top and not a poncho.
Yeah.
And Judy suggested Zeffireno with the pink kimono sleeve top as
Absolutely.
well.
Zaffarino would be
yes,
perfect.
a
with that.
stunning pairing.
So these are the shorts. This is a size extra large, which is not overly huge on me. I'd probably be a large. So you can see it kind of looks like a short skirt, but it also kind of looks like shorts. Probably great for travel is what I'm thinking, right? Because then you're wearing shorts, but they're also a little bit dressy. You could dress them up or dress them down. The reason that if you're looking at me right now saying that they don't look great in your head, it's because I am short-waisted. And so they should sit on me about.
Are you wearing them? Sorry to interrupt. Are you wearing them at your waist or your hips?
So if I wore them at my waist here, they make me look very short. They almost look high-waisted.
So that's how I wear mine.
So I have to wear it lower. But then the crotch is hanging because I'm wearing it on my hips. And so if you are short-waisted, I would not recommend these. If you are not short-waisted, they're really great shorts, especially for travel with the pockets and with how loose and flowy they are.
Margaret said, I just ordered a pair of those shorts. I'm looking forward to wearing them.
Yeah.
And Jessica said, can we see the pewter cotton vol tunic dress?
Yes.
Because I believe that was coming up.
It is coming up. It's right here. Okay. Can you tag this one as well, Mira? The black velvet skirt? So it looks like Shefali and I are going to be coming to Nova Scotia in July to Subtles and Sea Winds and doing a little pop-up there, and a little fashion show and a little styling. So if you are a Nova Scotia person or if you're close to Nova Scotia, it would be so much fun to see you there. I'll have more details. We're still kind of figuring everything out, but it's going to be super fun. Okay, so the question was, all right, so this here is also made out of the bamboo linen. It's the Joanna jumpsuit by Blue Sky. And this one is a size.
Erin says, wow, that's great, cool, and ooh, exciting.
Yeah, so exciting. We tried to organize a pop-up at Shepherd's in Ottawa, but that did not pan out. If you ever happen to go to Shepherd's in Ottawa and meet Marlene, the owner, let her know that you would have really liked to have the pop-up there. Just give her a little heads up. But she didn't think it would be a good fit. So here is the tunic. Now, they are one size, and it's a muslin, so it's a little bit sheer, but not see-through. Very, very, very soft. Very soft. Like it feels like a washed cotton. All right, so in terms of fit.
Jane says, I follow Shepherds. They need you for sure.
Well, Jane, they didn't want me. And I said that we would do like styling videos and we would even give them the pieces and they wouldn't have to pay for them. We would just like give them to them on consignment. And Marlene said, no, thank you. So I said, no problem, Marlene. You're the best.
Love you, girl.
Love you, girl.
Love you, Dan.
So this is what the tunic looks like. It has slits on the side. Because of the way it's cut, is it cut on the bias? It is not cut on the bias. But you kind of get that curve at the front. These land lower thigh. There are pockets here. The sleeves are not cap sleeves. They're longer. The neck it's a slightly wider crew. It's not a boat neck though. It's not a scoop neck either. And that's what it looks like.
Jane says that's unfortunate, and Corey says, crazy question. Is there a way to use the washroom without undressing in that combo?
No. There is a lot of room through here if you needed it. I don't think that I'm coordinated enough to
I don't know how people do it. It seems very hard.
I know people do it, but I honestly don't know how they do it. I think you would have to take the top off.
You know what I saw that I was like, whoa, that's really interesting. I saw someone and they had a jumpsuit and the back was cut out.
Yes.
So that you could go like this.
Yes, I've seen jumpsuits where they have like elastic right here,
Yeah.
so that you can pull down the elastic.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then the top part just kind of floats over the elastic. It's a good idea.
That's smart.
I was thinking this would be nice with it.
I think so too. James says I wouldn't be that coordinated. I don't think I could be that coordinated.
I am not
either.
that coordinated.
It's definitely gymnastics Olympic level.
This is beautiful together.
And bathrooms are so small.
But I would just wear if you wanted this look, I would wear the Landon pants, which have the yoga waistband. They have the exact same cut, and that would be easy to do. This is really sweet. I kind of love this.
Meek has that type of jumpsuit. They call it a poop suit.
Who has it?
MIIK.
Oh, I don't know that person. Oh, no, that must be a brand.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny to advertise it as a poop suit because honestly that would work.
Well, it definitely gets the point across, right?
Yeah.
You know what you can do with this jumpsuit? Poop. This is what Shefali had with this. And I can see it because, gold and silver do work together.
Oh, Judy says, pull the top over your arms, hanging around your shoulders, jumpsuit down. Trust me, I've done it.
So smart. Okay. Lift the top up. You have to take your arms out, though.
Yeah.
So
Mick is...
like this.
Yeah.
And then you leave that up there. And then these are really stretchy, so these are easy to work with.
And then you slide them down and wear
Slide that
like
down
pants.
and then slide it back up. Good idea. That's a great hack.
Mick is a woman-owned Canadian brand, and Amy says that they are a nice brand, and she's bought from them before, but she hasn't bought from them before, but she enjoys their marketing.
Oh, nice. I'll have to look for them.
Wow, that was a really good tutorial, Judy, because I would not have even thought of that.
Was that Judy or Jane who said that?
Judy.
Brilliantly done. I really like this too. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I'd like the filigree.
I like the layers that you get the pocket.
Yeah. Like this is too
nice. You're inside out.
Am I though?
Yeah. Because they're glitter pageants inside out.
This is too sweet.
That's really cute.
This is so freaking cute. With the gray and the red and the gold and the silver and neutral shoes. Kind of want to go to a restaurant right now. Walk slowly and purposefully. Swagger. Swagger into the restaurant.
You have one cigarette on one of those long sticks?
Only it's a Popeye cigarette. It's handy.
You have the really long stick, and then at the end of the really long stick is another really long stick. So yes, that is a poncho.
Yes, this one is a poncho. And then this
Amy missed the sizing for the cotton voile dress.
I am a 38C. There is so much room in here that I would say comfortably to a size 18, possibly even bigger.
And it's called the cotton voile tunic dress?
Yes, and there should be measurements on the site. You're going to want to check primarily. So it starts to get wider here. I think you'll probably want to check all the measurements, but I do think it would fit you, Amy. I would check the measurements, but I think it would. Okay. So this is another one that Shefali put together. I like this one less.
Yeah, I think the other one is just so bold.
Yeah.
I think what would be nice with that one would be like the blue version that we had of that tunic.
Jumpsuit?
The tunic.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have it in blue and in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be really cool.
I think the gray underpinning is really sweet with these shorter pieces. And then, yeah, you would just wear something that matches this down here. Like you could wear purple with it, would be nice. Or a sky blue or a teal. And just have that whole look going on. This one is also a kimono sleeve top. Time. You agree?
I was actually just going to say you have 5 minutes.
Oh, gosh.
For
Okay.
your last favorite pieces.
We are at the speed sharing part of the evening.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so just a couple of fun outfits. So there's this one here. I think I may have shown you guys this one before. First of all,
Oh,
this
whoa,
is
what an
too
amazing
beautiful.
combination.
Right?
Ah,
And this one, it looks like it is buttoned up like a skirt.
oh, that's so fun.
That is, and that's backwards.
It is, but that's okay.
This is forwards.
Ooh, it's not okay because that side's cool too.
Yeah. So it's yellow and orange, blue and sage.
Wow, that's so stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we do have that pattern in a side tie,
Side
possibly.
This would look really good with Zaffarino. It looks good with goldy yellows. It would work with probably even like what's that called? Olive green. Probably.
The skirt, the skirt.
Maybe too dark. If
Yeah,
it's
it
in
makes it
there,
more
but
fall.
It's a little too fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, too fall. But yeah, so cute. And then we also have this that you could pair with the orange. Oh, I think I still prefer it with the yellow.
Yeah, I prefer it with the yellow, but it is cute with the orange.
So I think I do need to try on a pair of these because
It feels like an IKEA when you pair it with an orange.
like an IKEA.
Yeah, like an IKEA, like a fake IKEA. What's it called?
Hack?
Stage room.
No, you've lost me.
You know the color palettes they always do in the little stage rooms that they have at IKEA,
Oh.
and it's the blue and the green and the orange.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about. So the reason I want to try on these pants is because these ones have been buttoned to look like a skirt. In case you were wondering what the skirt looks like.
And the skirt is really cute when it's ruched.
Okay, don't forget you got to get your legs through the shorts holes. And I am wearing them backwards. Is it gonna matter?
No.
Nope. Okay, and then pockets down.
And we have had customers who have had the shorts on the inside removed
Yes.
because the shorts on the inside are slightly smaller than the actual pant. And so if you want more room, you can take them out and
Just
have
cut them right out.
Yeah, you have a larger pant, and also apparently it doesn't affect the sheerness of the piece.
So I think, and the other benefit is you can spin it around. So right now I kind of have to leave the ruching on the sides, but if I didn't, I could put one pocket here and one pocket back there,
Oh.
right? Because that's cute.
And unbutton the sides.
And you could unbutton the side as a slit,
Mm-hmm.
right? That would be really sweet. But to make that happen, you have to cut the shorts.
Mm-hmm. But you could also leave some of them unbuttoned in the front.
Yeah, like yeah, to create a slit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
You could also possibly button them off center. Off by one. Do you know what I mean?
Is that what you mean?
No, like misbutton them
Oh!
to create more of like an asymmetrical look.
Yes, I understand what you mean now. So like maybe lift this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great pants. And the buttons.
Don't need to tell me twice.
I think the buttons are made out of coconut.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely gives you a different flavor.
But is it too much flavor for mom?
Too flavorful?
That is a thing that
Here.
Priya Mohan, owner of Sorry Not Sorry, a store that one could argue has too much flavor. She will sometimes she'll have a bite of something. She said it's too
I
flavorful.
mean, I like flavor, but that's
It's too flavorful.
Okay, what was the outfit? What time is it?
And you have literally 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this on and then we're gonna call it. So this is what they had. Ooh, would I put that together? I would not.
I wouldn't. I don't like that.
I don't at all.
Me either.
Ooh, ew.
Ew.
Ooh.
Morag says too tasty.
Sometimes things can be too tasty.
Sometimes it really can. I hate to agree, but it really do be like that.
What if we must have something? I'm gonna keep coming back to this one because I love it so much.
Oh, the man who loves you's from Pakistan.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Hi, greetings from Pakistan.
Yeah. See?
Oh, that's cute. I like
Right?
that.
Maybe spin it so that. That's cute with the little ruching here. I would definitely, for me, cut out the center
And where it's
and
inside.
wear it sideways with this ruching over the knee, a slit over there, and then the other one in the back.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then you get this flat piece right here at the front instead of the buttons.
Yeah. The only thing is that sometimes the crotch button will unbutton.
Would that be a problem if you're wearing it as a skirt, though?
No, but like if you did want to go back to the pants.
I will never go back to the pants.
No pants allowed.
No pants allowed.
Circled back.
There we go. Yeah, so pretty. You know, why dress ordinary when you can dress like this? Feel like a little princess every day.
Did you show off your earrings?
Shefali got me these from Belgium, and they're hand painted. She just returned today, so we'll be seeing more of her again.
Yay!
What is the time, dear friend?
It is exactly 10 o'clock.
It is time to go, guys. So we will see you next Friday. And what do you need to know? The next sneak peek is getting released on the 29th of June. It looks like it's going to be a lot of pieces. I think we're getting about 1,500, but I think we're only going to release 800 because it's going to take us a while to get through them. And we'll release styles that we haven't released recently so that it kind of balances back and forth. And the other thing you need to know is if you are interested in the Bryn Walker fall linen order, the first set of orders is going in on June 15th for arrival in September, mid-September. And then after that, it's 1 month. So if you wait till the next one, which is June, July, you'll get it in October. And if you wait until August, you'll get it in November. I think I may have ended it there in terms of when you can order.
Okay.
In any case, it's all online. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for letting us have a great time and you keeping us company and joining us in all of our silliness and our opinionatedness. It's fun. It's
Today got away from us for a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. The sun is supposed to be shining, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.